All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again. Oh boy. So, I got to tell you guys, I know that daylight savings has gone back a little bit. Hold on, let me move this over a little bit. See, I want to have my camera facing forward directly in front of me so that when I'm looking at these chapters, the camera's not looking at my side, but my front. But the thing is, my window is right there. And, like, let me give you an example. Let me move my webcam. So, if I were to. Hold on. Ah! Let me do this correctly. Let me remove my house shorts from my bed. I don't need y'all looking at my shorts that I sleep in. I don't need y'all looking at all that. But for example, if I were to put my webcam right here, directly in front of me, so you guys can see me, that glaring light of a window would be right next to me. And I don't know if you guys prefer the side view over here, where it's just this, or if you guys would like for me to switch it up and have my webcam in front of me. That's something that's kind of been on my mind for a very long time, because adjusting this a whole lot versus just having it stationary in one specific spot, I don't know. Like, I switch a lot of things around as far as my camera is concerned, and I like for you guys to have a perspective on how things are done here from time to time. But we'll converse about that later. Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another One Piece chapter reaction and review. Now, let me explain why I made that community post talking about daylight savings and everything. It made me seriously discombobulated. So Cohagen and numerous other people on my Discord were wondering, why are you scheduling my stream at 11:30? And because the chapters are going to be coming out earlier, like 10, because Manga Plus had the chapter up at 10, and well, due to my obligations at church, I really can't get home until about 11, close to 11 something, and then going into 11:30. Plus, it gives me enough time to feed Kenzo and take him out. So 11:30 is pretty much the best time I can do, unless chapters start releasing at 12 again, like they did last year. So 11:30, even though daylight savings has gone back, and even though chapters may be releasing earlier in the day, 11:30 is the best time I can give you guys, because that's the quickest I can get home and get everything done leading up to the chapter, leading up to me actually reading through the chapter. Unless something else changes entirely, that's the time that I'm going to be doing this. But it really had me thrown for a loop this morning. It was like 6 a.m. and I was trying to figure everything out, and I was wondering, like, are chapters releasing earlier or later? I can't really tell. But the chapter is up right now. So let's go and get started with the very first chapter of November. There is only one more month left after. There's only one more month left after. Hold on. What the heck? What is this going on? Hold on. I got some immediate thoughts just came into my head. There's only one. I'm sorry. This cover page has got me thinking things, and it's messing me up right now. Okay, this cover page right now. But thank you, Cohagen and Vala Mogules, for keeping me on the up and up when it comes to things that I'm not privy to. Thank you. But we are only 1 month away. 1 month away. I don't count the month we are as 2 months with December. I count it as like we only have one more full month before the end of this year, and we're moving into the next one. Can you believe it? A full year has pretty much almost gone by already. Good God. But let's talk about this cover page on chapter 1031. It's a full cover page, and it has Rayleigh, it has Ben Beckman, it has King, it has Katakuri, it has Killer, it has Marco, it has Shiryu, it has Sabo, it even has Beppo, and it has Zoro. You want to know what all these individuals have in common? They could pretty much be considered could they be considered, the majority of them, I don't know about Shiryu, though. I thought Jesus Burgess would be considered Blackbeard's right-hand man. But what they all have in common is they are pretty much the right-hand man of their captains. Silvers Rayleigh, right hand of Roger. Ben Beckman, right hand of Shanks. King, right hand of Kaido. Katakuri, basically the second most powerful person in the Big Mom Pirates crew. And right hand of Big Mom, if you want to put their strength in any degree. Pedal's Pedal, he may be the oldest, but Katakuri is the strongest, so he's essentially the right hand. We have Killer, right hand of Kid. Marco, right hand of Whitebeard. Shiryu, still don't know if I consider him the right hand of Blackbeard due to Blackbeard's relationship with Jesus Burgess, but Sabo, chief of staff of the Revolutionary Army and right hand of Dragon. Beppo, it's kind of hard to figure out the hierarchy of Law's crew because I've pretty much put them on all the same playing field. But Beppo is the most, I want to say, stalwart of everyone in Law's crew. So you could see Beppo as the right hand of Law, maybe, possibly. I could be entirely wrong. And then you have Zoro, the right hand of Luffy. So all these individuals have in common is that they can be essentially seen as right-hand men of their captains. And their captains are either extremely powerful, either Yonkos, or extremely powerful individuals. So that's why I was so discombobulated talking about this cover page at the beginning, because of how easily things fluctuated. Chapter 1031, Warrior of Science. And this is coming off of the last chapter where it was revealed that Kid and Law both have awakened their devil fruits, and they use their awakened devil fruit powers to essentially, one, Law used Kroom and Anesthesia and Shockwill to basically electrify and fry the insides of Big Mom, get past her external defenses and harm her internally. First time we see Big Mom cough up blood of any kind, or basically suffer any major injury that would cause her to cough up blood at all. And it fried her from the inside, but it wasn't enough to stop her. But Kid comes in with his awakened Jiki Jiki no Mi powers and basically turns her into a Chibaku Tensei and causes her to become so extremely magnetic that Napoleon gets stuck to her, and even support beams from the adjacent towers that were around her to just literally shoot out and bury her in metal. Not just the support beams, but basically all metal in the area, including the weapons that some of the Beast Pirates were holding. All of it just cascaded directly into Big Mom with full force and has buried her currently underneath all this metal. So now we get to see what happens. I'm sorry if it took me so long to get to the chapter, but it's just so much going on right now. It's so good. The first chapter of November is already starting off, just got my mind gears turning. She got crushed by the iron beams. Even Big Mom couldn't have survived that. And then it shows Law huffing and puffing, and it shows Kid huffing and puffing. And mind you, they did say in the last chapter that them using their awakened devil fruit abilities taxes them so much. It just eats up their stamina like crazy. And so Law and Kid are just wheezing on the ground trying to catch their breath because that's how strenuous it is for them to use their awakened abilities. Other people have said that since they just awaken it, they're not used to it, and therefore they're suffering the worst effects of it because they haven't mastered it yet. So Law and Kid are both on the ground wheezing, with Kid saying, "How'd you like that, you monstrous old hag?" And then Law says, "So, awakening for the magnet fruit allows you to assign magnetic qualities to something." And this is the first time we get the the Jiki Jiki no Mi actually said in a chapter, because the Jiki Jiki no Mi itself was actually named in a, I want to say, SBS or Viver card data module thing. The Jiki Jiki no Mi, Kid's fruit, was never spoken or even called its fruit in any of these chapters. It was called that during SBS or through a Viver card. That's how we know. But this is the first chapter we get where it's actually called the magnet fruit. So awakening for the magnet fruit allows you to assign magnetic qualities to something. How long does the power hold? And then Kid is still huffing and puffing, saying, "Why should I tell you all of my secrets, huh?" And then it shows the support beams, one by one, getting thrown off of the mound that Big Mom was buried under, and this shocks Law. And some support beams got thrown towards some beast pirates, and they're crushed by it. They're just straight up crushed. And then Big Mom she gets up like Blackbeard did as he made his way towards like Whitebeard did towards Blackbeard. Like during the end of the war where it seemed like Whitebeard was down and he just started walking towards Blackbeard, just body steaming, his eyes all white. Big Mom is just getting up from this mound of metal that she was basically buried under. And she doesn't look happy. Ah, she's getting up again! And then Big Mom speaks. Life or Oshiruko? Oh no, that's her soul, Pocus! Oshiruko? Hey, we still got some Oshiruko left, right? No, it all got spilled already. Then she's gonna take our lifespan from us! And as they're saying this, their very souls are immediately rising from their bodies. Now, the thing about Big Mom's ability that Jinbei pointed out is that if you have no fear, then Big Mom's soul Pocus will not work on you. But since all of these beast pirates don't know that info and are just scared, that are having the crap scared out of them, they are immediately starting to lose their souls immediately before she even rips it from them, which she does. In the next panel, she literally rips the life out of every single beast pirate that is scared saying all these things. Every single beast pirate that said everything that I just said, they all have the life just ripped out of them. And now I give you life. And then it shows basically all the things that were used to harm Big Mom, all the support beams, they all become animate objects now. I'll use an entire year of my lifespan. Anything less won't serve to strengthen me. And what the heck? What the heck is going on? I'll use an entire year of my lifespan. Anything less won't serve to strengthen me. And did she take a year of her lifespan out of herself? And did she eat it? What? Is it just me or is Big Mom getting bigger? Wait, so can Big Mom consume a portion of her own soul to increase her size? Is it just me or is Big Mom getting bigger? I haven't felt this much pain in decades, I think. That's very impressive of you two. Trafalgar Law, Captain Kidd, I'm sure you've come for my throne, just like Straw Hat Luffy. So take it if you can. Prove you're worthy of being an Emperor of the Sea. And then Law just says, can't believe I have to beat this monster just so I can learn more about history. Don't hold any strength back as long as you still live. We're gonna bring her down even if it kills us. Wow. Big Mom is a tank. Even after all the things that Kid and Law did to her, she gets up, takes the life force. Not consumes the life force, but takes the life force from the beast pirates around her and animates the steel girders that are around. And then I guess she says, I'll use an entire year of my lifespan. Anything less won't serve to strengthen me. I guess she takes her own lifespan, a year from her own life, and consumes it to give her like a massive boost. And she grows bigger. Because also, her eyes just turn into flames and it's just flaming right now. Her eyes are just pure white with power, I want to say. I don't know the full specifics of how this happened, but that's what's going on right now. And then Beast Pirates are saying, how can she possibly be that huge? The performance floor is hell. The whole castle is a sea of flames. And then it shows the Beast Pirates still facing off against the samurai. There's nothing but soldiers straight ahead. I'll have to circle through the cave. Oh, wait, this is Yamato saying this. There's nothing but soldiers straight ahead. I'll have to circle around through the cave chamber. And the cave chamber is the same spot where Scratchman and the rest of the numbers are. Cave chamber. Stop, stop, stop! Have you gone insane? Says Scratchman. Scratch! Boom! And then Drake says, I've already figured out all your tricks. My obligation to Strawhead demands that I put an end to you right here. At first glance, your techniques seem to have no attack vector at all, but you activate them through hearing and aim them with sight. Quit spilling my secrets, man! Anyway, the real reason you're in trouble here is these 3 numbers. Check it! And it shows the numbers just sitting there eating and drinking, and then Yamato comes crashing in. And Drake is smart. He already figured out how Scratchman's Apu's power works. I like calling him Scratchman instead of Apu. I know it's his name, but I like calling him Scratchman. Scratchman just sounds cooler to say for me, personally. And how does the image look? Image is fine. Okay, going forward. Young Master Yamato! And Yamato says, oh, Drake and Apu, what are Toby Roper and an info dealer doing in here? And then Scratchman is saying, Yamato? Kaido's enemy? This idiot Drake is useless to me. Guess I'll switch horses. Oh, Master Yamato, I got some very useful information you might want to know. And then Yamato says, I'm in a hurry, and I'm already cut all ties to Kaido. I'm not on your side anymore. Really? Even better then! And then the numbers... And then the numbers looks down, one of the numbers, Fuga, looks down at Yamato, and then Yamato kind of clashes with Drake, saying, don't even try to stop me. Wait, Yamato, I have nothing to do with Kaido anymore either. What? Really? Sorry, Drake, I'm in a hurry. And then she just immediately runs out of the chamber as the number Fuga comes chasing after her. And he just erupts from the cave chamber as she's running away. Sorry, Drake, I'm in a hurry. Fuga. And Onigashima and the Flower Capital are in danger. And then she looks behind her because Fuga's right behind her. Huh? What the? Where are you going, Fuga? Darn it, I gotta get Yamato on my side, says Scratchman as Fuga chases after her. Fuga? Come on, you guys, keep up! Ibi? Zagi? You're not getting away from me, Apu. Because Drake is still eyeing Apu right now. But Fuga's chasing after Yamato. The other numbers are nonchalant about it. They're all like, what do you want me to do? I mean, I'm drinking, I'm eating, I'm not trying to do anything. And Yamato is just doing her own thing, trying to do the thing for Onigashima and the Flower Capital so that it doesn't kill everybody. But now we cut to the second floor of the castle. And it shows some of the minks saying, run, Baron Corpse, protect Nico Robin. They're just too strong. Be careful, my mink friends. And it shows Robin and it shows Brook running away from CP0. They found Robin and they're giving chase to get her. Oh my goodness, CP0's already making their move to try and take Robin. And then Brook grabs Robin and she holds on with him saying, time to jump down, Robin. And then Robin says, we saw those people back in Dressrosa. Why are they here? Out of everyone in CP0, the highest level of Cypher Pole, the agents wearing masks are the most elite. And it shows the one who usually has the bowler cap and the lit eye and the dark eye, and he's standing there in one position, and he immediately disappears from sight as he's surrounded by flames. He just flash steps out of sight. And now we're cutting to the Pleasure Hall, left brain tower in the Skull Dome. And then it shows someone saying, how could you do that to such a young girl? Aren't you with the Wano army? Oh, it's Sanji. Wait, what is she saying? What is she saying that Sanji did? Aren't you with the Wano army? Well, yes, but no, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I thought, and it... Whoa, no way. No. No. Chapter, what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying? The one thing that has been ironclad since the very first moment we met Sanji. No, this can't be real. I'm sorry, I'll continue, but this chapter is trying... Okay, hold on. Let me just read through this chapter. There's no way this can be. There's no way this can be. And it shows a girl who has an injury on her head and her face is bloodied. And then the woman says, well, you're the only one who was here, so get out. We're hiding here for safety. And Sanji is speechless as he's thrown out of the pleasure hall. And he's thinking to himself, me? Hit a lady? That's the one thing I can't ever do. And then he thinks back to when his brothers beat up on Cosette back in Whole Cake Island. They beat a woman unconscious. Everything you stand for runs counter to my ideals. There's no way. There is no way. There is no way. But he walks out of the pleasure hall directly in front of Queen. And no, this can't be real. There's no way. Hold on. I can't believe this. I can't believe that this chapter is trying to insinuate. Let me just read through this. I'm sorry. This is just the entire time that I've known Sanji. This is something that he would never do. You guys already know what I'm talking about, but this is something that Sanji would never do. Why is this chapter trying to make me think otherwise? This is a very serious issue here for Sanji. But he runs in front of Queen. Let me just read through the rest of it because we get a lot of text. We got a lot of dialogue in these next few chapters. But Queen says, hey, where you been? The pleasure hall's not open for business, Germa. My body's not itching anymore. And then Sanji's thinking, my body's not itching anymore. Is the transformation over? I remember that I was running along, deep in thought. And then it shows a lady saying, I'm so sorry, I'm not Kaido's henchman, I swear. I'm just a geisha who was brought from the flower capital to entertain. Please let me go. And it shows, and when it shows the dialogue of please let me go, Sanji's face is unsmiling and his eyes are darkened over. And then Sanji thinks, in the next moment, she'd been knocked through the air and was bleeding badly. What happened? She was looking at me with fear in her eyes. And then, no, is this chapter trying to tell me? Is this chapter trying to tell me that Sanji actually hit a woman in this chapter? Is that what this chapter is saying? That Sanji broke his number one rule? There's no way this can be real. It couldn't have been him. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it. She was looking at me with fear in her eyes. And then he's thinking to himself, tell me, Luffy, which would you prefer? The regular flesh and blood me, who turns into a helpless wreck whenever I face an opponent who's a woman? Or a cruel, cold, emotionless warrior of science? And warrior of science is specifically in bold when he's saying this. Or a cruel, cold, emotionless warrior of science who can crush even monsters like him as long as he gives me the order? Which one's going to be more useful to the king of the pirates? I don't know what'll happen yet, but here goes. I've made up my mind. And as Sanji says this, he takes out the stealth black canister in front of him. And then he takes out his suit, the canister that activates his suit in front of Queen. And Queen says, oh, is that your Germa suit? I have to assume that this thing caused the science that was already in my body to awaken and activate somehow. Well, I can't do anything about that. but I can say no more. I'm not going to be a Germa soldier. And and Sanji says this as he takes the canister, drops it to the ground, and with all his strength, he destroys it, crushes it underneath his feet. Yeah, Sanji! He's putting it all behind him! If this power causes Sanji to, even if he doesn't remember it, to injure a woman, it's not a power-up that he wants. For all of you thinking that Sanji's gonna be using the German suit in the future, sorry, but this chapter literally just destroyed that whole hopes and dreams for all of you ever using it again. But I can say no more. I'm not going to be a Germa soldier. And he destroys the canister directly underfoot. Aw, what a waste. Come on, I want to see you transform. And then Sanji lights a cigarette thinking, farewell, Germa. Farewell, women's bath. This is one fight I've got to end myself. And then he takes out a Den Den Mushi. Outside the dome, Zoro versus King. Gotcha. What? Since when did I have a transponder, Snail? I stuck it in your stomach band, just in case you were dying in a ditch somewhere. Moron Cook, I didn't ask for your help. Just listen, I'll be quick. We're gonna beat the Animal Kingdom pirates real soon. And Zoro gets silent. Do you think I don't know that? But after the finisher, if I'm not in my right mind, I want you to kill me. What? What? What kind of ultimatum is that for Sanji to put forth? Huh? And Zoro just says, huh? All right, fine. I'll kill you just like you asked. Whatever that's supposed to mean. At least now I have something to look forward to after this. In that case, don't die before then. And then Sanji just says, thanks. And then he was standing in front of Queen before, but then he just immediately disappears. He immediately disappears from sight that even Queen can't track him. Huh? Where'd he go? Is this more of Science, son of Judge? And then Sanji says, I'm already burning up. I don't need you throwing more fuel on the fire. Hell memories! And then he's engulfed in pure flame, and he just nails Queen with hell memories. And that's the end of the chapter. That's the end of the chapter, everybody. My Sanji voice has a great cigarette smoker crackle. Wow. What a chapter. I did not expect that to happen. Let me just go through here. Right now. What y'all said, Kohagen. Thanks for being here and looking out for things leading up to the start of the stream. Ryder, good to see you. Ogata-san, Neil Johnson, Karma as well. So this confirms Shiryu is the first mate of the Blackbeard Pirates. See, that's the thing I'm wondering. It showed every single person in the color cover page then and there can essentially be seen as the right hand of their captains. So if Shiryu is there, does that mean that Shiryu is considered the right hand of Blackbeard? Despite Jesus Burgess having a much greater history with him. Plus, isn't Jesus Burgess like the captain of the first ship or the second ship? Hold on. We'll solve this right now. Jesus Burgess! Yeah. Burgess is the captain of the first ship. Burgess is captain of the first ship. But why do they have Shiryu up there instead of Burgess? Wouldn't it make more sense to have Burgess up there if he's technically considered the right-hand man? What is the color cover page trying to tell us? But going back to it. I got all these notifications popping up. A lot of notifications popping up. We got to see Beppo and we got to see Beppo in Sulong form, all second in command. Love the look on Beppo's face. I want to see Law's crew actually do something of significance. Seriously, it's always really Law who's doing the most. And if it's not Law, it's Beppo. But no one in Law's crew really gets a moment to shine. It'd be funny if they could throw hands. Yeah, that would be a great surprise. I would love that. Your soul is mine. Big meme going full Mortal Kombat. Flawless victory. Fatality. Even if they knew not being scared would protect them, she'd get their souls. Yeah, because she's just that strong. LOL, until now, they were fighting a tamed Big Mom. Now they're in trouble. Big Mom just essentially ate a piece of her own soul to give herself a power boost. So all this time, the Big Mom that everyone has been facing has never been buffed. And Big Mom just gave herself a buff. She even enlarged her size. She was already like 22 feet tall. She's even bigger now. Thank God this is fiction. I sucked at memorizing dates. Didn't need a second reason to fail history. I wonder how this could be implemented in a One Piece Warriors game. Okay, so here's the thing. Big Mom is already huge in the... well, CJ, let's just be honest. It doesn't need to follow the formula of Pirate Warriors 4 because Pirate Warriors 4 is, despite it having a lot of great characters and having some good gameplay, it's still sorely lacking in comparison to 3. So there's just a lot of things to consider there. I'll come back to that later. Drake's four-bladed axe out of all the impractical rule of cool weapons. Yeah, an axe that has axe heads on all sides. So can it essentially be just an axe/mace if it just has pointed sides on all over? It's really just an axe mace. It's a max. It's a max. Drake has a sword and a max. The number are definitely the samurais from the cave. Wait. Excusez-moi? 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 What the heck? What? Hold on. Hold on. Now that you done said that, chapter 1024. Hold the heck on. Ain't no way you just got my... ain't no way you just messed up my mind like that. Hold the heck on. Hold on, let me go back to chapter 1024. Hold on. Let me go back. Ain't no way. No, it can't be. It can't be. No. Ain't no way. They can't be. No. Oh boy, here comes the Soru. Ah, that's Soru. Shave. Soru. I immediately forgot it. Oh boy, here comes the good part. This chapter is as good as the last chapter was bad. I'm confused why Sanji ain't using his raid suit. Shocking by comparison. That's a highly accurate description. Sanji beats women confirmed. This needs further explanation. I knew he was a poser. The plot further thickens. Unless I see it, I don't believe it. Yeah, that's the moment. I have a much bigger issue with him hitting a non-combatant woman. That's an issue right there. Someone who chose not to fight and she still got injured by Sanji. I believe it. All these years, something seemed off about him. I knew he wasn't the simp we thought he was. I didn't see that coming. Not gonna lie, Sanji beating Queen without it makes more sense. That makes Queen look very weak. Makes all the sense. Fights in One Piece are about growth. Him winning on a crutch or on someone else's terms is not Sanji. Even if he gets a power-up, it would have to surpass the power of the Rage Suit, I guess, on Fairy Tail timing, and we have a break next week. Hold on. We're going on break? I didn't notice that. It said November 21st, but it didn't dawn on me that 21st is the week after next. Good God, why would you do this to me? Why would you do this? Not that she's on the Beast Pirate side, but the geisha that Sanji allegedly hit was one of the women with Black Maria back in chapter 992. Might as well make Luffy win with Gear Force Snake Man because he has the bigger willpower and wants to win more. Shiryu matches Zoro as a swordsman better than Burgess. Burgess, to me, always felt like a Frankie opponent. He kind of felt that way to me. Sanji got a power-up and he has his training, so it's not a pushover. The numbers are the samurais from Yamato's memories. They got transformed. Like, here's the thing, Kohagen. If that is true, and they were... So, let's just be honest here. Can we just call the numbers ogres? Because they all have horns on their head. Can we just call them ogres? Can they be called ogres? Wonder what Shadversity or Schologrim would say about Drake's four-sided axe mace weapons. Probably need to hit them up and ask them about it, because I'm pretty sure they would have quite a bit to say about the impracticality of a four-bladed axe. A four-sided axe, to be a four-bladed, four-sided axe. I'm pretty sure Shadversity would have plenty to say. Because he's one of the he's a leading expert when it comes to impracticality of fictional weapons. And I'm pretty sure he'd have quite a bit to say about Drake's weapon. But we need to go ahead and talk about this. Look at Sanji's eyebrow. Look at his eyebrow. What do you mean? Is something different about his eyebrow? Wait. Hold on. Wait. Unless this is an error, Sanji's eyebrow are not symmetrical, they're asymmetrical. Shouldn't his right eyebrow have the curl at the end and his left one have the curl on the inner end? Because in this panel, when he's thinking about the potentiality of him hitting a woman, his left eyebrow is curling out on the end rather than the inner one. But it's also showing a panel where he's talking about his brothers in the past back in Dressrosa, and it's curled on the inner side of the left one. Did his eyebrows change? Can they change? What the heck? Hold on. No. It is not an error. It's not an error. It's not an error. Why did his eyebrow change? It probably may seem like a small thing for some people, but why did his eyebrow change? Hold on. Vinsmoke Sanji. Okay. Appearance. Okay, eyebrows, distinct eyebrows. His right eyebrow forms a spiral at the outer end, while his left eyebrow forms a spiral at the inner end. However, his eyebrows curled in the opposite direction from his siblings, which curls in a counterclockwise direction, i.e. to left side. Sanji's eyebrows curled in a clockwise direction. Okay, so technically he started out with his eyebrows going in a clockwise direction, like swirl and then swirl, but now they've gone in the reverse. So now they match his siblings. because his brother, all of the members of his family, they all, save for Judge, they all have their eyebrows going in a counterclockwise direction. But now Sanji's eyes are essentially just like his brother's. Like everyone in his family. Maybe before Smile Fruits, Kaido had powerful people made into some of the numbers. Maybe the first couple numbers were the ones he brought from Punk Hazard, and the ones human-looking were made somehow. Maybe. But Cohaagen has got me thinking about so many things right now. Like how the numbers look like the samurai, because Sanji's hair might turn black too, because the hair matches the color of the raid suits. And, I mean, technically, Sanji likes wearing a lot of black suits. Granted, in the current arc right now, his suit is red. If the opening animation to the current One Piece episodes are any indication, his suit's now red. But black tends to be the one he defaults to. So, can you imagine Sanji with black hair? Then his hair wouldn't be like his mom's. That's sad. Okay, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I've been going on for a little bit, and I haven't been talking about this entire thing. So, Big Mom was buried because of Law's Awakened Devil Fruit and Kid's Awakened Devil Fruit, but it doesn't keep her down. She regained some stamina by ripping the life out of, well, I don't think she gained stamina. I think she just rips the life out of the Beast Pirates that are around her and animates all the steel girder beams that were pretty much on her. And she just rips the life out of all of them. And then she says, I'll take a year off of my own life. Anything less would do little to strengthen me. So a year's worth of her life is enough to just straight up give her a power boost. And in the process, she grows larger. She grows large in the sense of Kenpachi walking towards Noitora during his fight with Noitora, where Kenpachi was just ridiculous. You remember the episode from Bleach where Kenpachi was just so ridiculously tall and he towered over Noitora from a very big angle, like he was just a giant compared to Noitora? That's how Big Mom looks in comparison to Law and Kid. She was big before, but now she's grown even more massive. And her eyes are just lit up with power now. We don't know the full effects of what this boost she did to herself actually does, nor do we get a name in this chapter. I feel like we're going to find out later, but at the same time, Big Mom is just... Even the abilities of Awakened Devil Fruit users of Law and Kid are not enough to stop her. Now, granted, they haven't fully mastered their Awakened abilities yet. And Law is trying to... was kind of, asking Kid, like, hey, is this what happens? Is this what happens when you awaken your powers? And Kid is all like, I don't need to tell you all my secrets, because, still pirates. They don't need to figure out each other's weaknesses or anything like that. And Kid is still sticking by that type of code. Big Mom's new form reminds me of Shadow Asgard from Gecko Moria. Wow, how long has Thriller Bark been? But it would seem that Big Mom is doing the exact same thing as Gecko Moria. Whereas Gecko would take in the shadows into himself to power up himself, Big Mom is taking a piece of her very own soul to buff herself. Like taking a year off of her lifespan. Just to make herself stronger. Now, we don't know what it does. We don't know how long it'll last. But whatever it is, it's got everyone scared. Because they've never seen Big Mom grow to that size. This must be the first time that Big Mom has ever had to use this form before. Or at least in decades. Because she says she hasn't felt pain like that in decades. Decades is how long she has never felt pain like that. Every other time, she's just been able to tank it. So this is the first time in many, many of her own years that she's ever felt pain. And it's caused her to basically do Here's the thing. Let me just talk about this for a little bit. I might need to put up my light here a little bit because it's getting kind of darkish in here a little bit. But here's the thing. Big Mom never resorted to even using her combined form with Prometheus and Napoleon and Hera during her fight with the supernovas at the roof where Kaido had assumed his hybrid form. The fight was getting so intense and so entertaining for Kaido that he decided to take it one step further and bring out his trump card, literally his hybrid form that basically makes him even more stronger. Big Mom has not been seen using any form like that until this very moment, which means that all the things that have been happening up until now did not prompt Big Mom enough to cause her to assume this new soul power form that she just used, which means that anything less than what Kid and Law just did to her would not have prompted her to do so. Anything less, she could have been able to tank just fine. Which speaks on the level of Law and Kid to cause her this much pain that she would have to resort to what I consider her trump card as well, enlarging and empowering herself by taking a year off of her very own life. It's crazy how this chapter went on. Now, if I go back, it also showed Big Mom just is baiting them, saying that I'm sure you've come for my throne just like Straw Hat Luffy, so take it if you can. Prove you're worthy of being an emperor of the sea. She's challenging him. It says, like, prove you're strong enough to stop me. Prove you're strong enough to beat me. And as she's saying that, here's the thing. She is not on Prometheus and she is not on Hera. Both Hera and Prometheus are just directly next to her. She's not riding on them. She's just on her... She's standing next to him. Hera has turned into a black thundercloud. Prometheus has turned into like a burning sun. Napoleon is... Well, everything about them has just been enlarged. Napoleon is 10 times the size he normally would be. Like when Kid jumped onto Big Mom and magnetized her, I mean, you could tell the shape of Kid right next to her. Sure, he was small, but you can tell the size of Kid next to her. Now, she easily eclipses them because of her power-up. Do you mean that they have colorful hair so black would ruin the pattern? Okay, you guys are still talking about Sanji's hair, but going forward from here... And Law is saying, I can't believe I have to beat this monster just so I can learn more about history. Because he wants to learn about the history of the world and what the will of D actually is. And Big Mom is standing in the way of that. And Kid is all like, don't hold any strength back as long as you still live. We're going to bring her down even if it kills us. It may very well reach that point. And Big Mom is just walking through the performance hall. The whole place is on fire. There's big fights going on. Big Mom has turned herself into a much bigger giant than she ever was before. Scratchman is facing off against Apu, and Drake has learned how Scratchman's devil fruit works. And then Yamato comes in there, and she clashes with Drake. And Drake says, like, I'm not on Kaido's side. And she just blows past him. Like, she clashes with Drake. And he gets knocked outside as she's just running through. But then Fuga, one of the numbers, chases after her while Ibi and Zagi just sit there, just chilling. And they're not doing anything. They're just eating and drinking, and they're not really paying attention to anything. With Drake saying, you're not getting away from me, Apu. So Drake is still going up against Apu right now. Then we have CP0 that is going up against the Minx. And apparently they are so strong that not even the Minx can hold them back. Because they're chasing after Nico Robin. They are coming for her. The CP0 are already making their move. They're going after Nico Robin right now. They're not waiting. They're going after her right now. And Brook is the only one who's carrying her, getting her away from them. And we get a reminder that these are the same dudes we saw in Dressrosa. Hold on. I can't even see my face right now, but I feel I gotta do this right now in order to ensure that images are still in the light. You know me, I gotta come at y'all correct, and I gotta make sure y'all can see my face. Oh, you know, that seems pretty cool. That seems pretty cool. Alright. Are we good now? I believe we are. Yes, there's more light. Let there be light. But that's going on. And I pressed the wrong thing. I might have brung up my voice mod by accident. But Brooke is running away with Robin reminding us that time to jump down, Robin. We saw those people back in Dressrosa. Why are they here? They're here for you, Robin! Out of everyone in CP0, the highest level of Cypherpol, the agents wearing masks are the most elite. Which means that Lucci has a mask. So he's among the top people in Cypher. He's pretty much one of the top dogs in all of Cypherpol, along with these guys. So these guys are up there with Lucci. They're amongst the most elite. Now, we didn't see Stussy have a mask. I think Kaku has a mask as well. So they're up there as well. But these are, if you thought that CP9 was something to be feared way back in Enies lobby, these guys are the ones who tell CP9, that's cute, but nah, we the top dogs around here. But she says, out of everyone in CP0, the highest level of Cypherpol, the agents wearing masks are the most elite. And then it cuts to Sanji in the pleasure hall, where a lot of the other geisha girls and a lot of the other courtesans and orderons who are in there are holding weapons to him as Sanji's standing in the door, and it goes through all these dialogue where it appears that Sanji has hit a woman. That's at least what the chapter says. I refuse to believe that this is what happened, but the chapter heavily insinuates that Sanji just laid hands on a woman and injured her to the point where she's bleeding from the mouth, she's bleeding from the head, and the look she gave Sanji was one of just pure fear. And that has Sanji beside himself because that is something that Zeph instilled in him. Never harm a woman. Ever. And this has been something that has sometimes held Sanji back in the middle of fights because he's been pitted against a lot of women. Like, what is her name? Khalifa, I think her name is. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's the pronunciation that's getting me. But Khalifa was one of the members of CP9, and he couldn't beat her because he doesn't hit women. So Nami had to do it. And then I'm pretty sure he's gone up against some other women as well, but he couldn't harm them because of this rule that Zeph instilled in him. So now we're here at this chapter that's heavily insinuating that Sanji has broken the very number one rule that Zeph taught him. That's what it's trying to tell me. And then he's thinking to himself, tell me, Luffy, which would you prefer? The regular flesh and blood me who turns into a helpless wreck whenever I face an opponent who's a woman? Or a cruel, cold, emotionless warrior of science who can crush even monsters like him as long as you give me the order? So he comes up, he says he's made up his mind, and he takes out the raid suit, and he just crushes it and destroys it under his foot. And this disappoints Queen. And then he calls up Zoro saying, we're going to beat the Animal Kingdom pirates real soon, but after the finisher, if I'm not in my right mind, I need you to kill me. He just tells Zoro, kill me if I'm not myself when this is done. And you see me. If I'm not in my right mind, I need you to kill me. And Zoro's all like, fine. At least I have something to look forward to after this. In that case, don't die before then. And then Sanji disappears, and then just nails Queen with Hell Memories, and sends him flying in an opposite direction. Another little tidbit that I want to bring up is the fact that Queen has way more appendages on his body than I originally thought. Because if I go back a panel, no, I was wrong. The way this looks when he's saying that if he's monologuing which one he prefers, that Luffy prefers, it almost made it seem like there was an appendage coming out of Queen's right shoulder. But I see that it's actually his tail. It's just that it's angled at an angle that made me think that, wow, Queen's got a brand new appendage just sticking out of his shoulder randomly. But that's not the case here. But he just hits Queen with Hell Memories, and that's the end of the chapter. Interesting. It's very interesting. Big Mom just got bigger. Now his raid costume is gone. I would love if Brook will face CP0 and win, of course. Good impromptu Cartman impression. We're gonna need Jinbei to come and help with CP0. Respect my authority! Respect my authority! Isn't that pretty cool? I know. I thought it's pretty cool. It's not like Straw Hats didn't improve too. So my overall opinion on this chapter is it was good, but it's got me thinking things. I enjoyed it. I really did. But it's got me thinking so many things. Specifically about Sanji and Big Mom. And then one of you guys, I think it was Kohagen, saying how the numbers look just like the samurai who were in the cave with Yamato when she was a kid. It's just got me thinking things. And we're going to have to think about that for an extra week until we come off of this break. But overall, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this chapter. I really did, but I'm going to be thinking about this for a while. All the things that happened, especially Sanji. Sanji, though. Sanji. The one thing he never allowed himself to do has possibly happened. We didn't see him do it, but it's just heavily implied. And that is... You might as well have a counter that says days since last woman hit. Just take that down from like, how old is he? How old is Sanji? Hold on. How old is Sanji? Might as well take it from 21 years. Years without hitting a woman. 21 years, and then just put that, restart the clock. Just take that 21 down and put that 0 up there, because apparently that's what it's trying to tell us. And this is a good thing after the last 2 chapters. I know you weren't a big fan of the last chapter, specifically with the whole Kiku, Kanjuro, and Kinemon deals that were going on. That still doesn't set right with me how they did Kinemon, Kiku, and Kanjuro in that last chapter. That still didn't set right with me, especially with Kinemon technically not being fully reattached and his legs are just running around. That is just astronomically not what I was expecting to see. So this is actually, in comparison to the last chapter, this was immensely better. But that's all I got for you guys. Strange to believe the next time we get a chapter will be after episode 1000. Strange to believe the next time we get a chapter will be after episode 1000. Wow. So we're coming off a break on the 21st. Today's episode is 998, correct? If I'm wrong, I believe it's 998. Then next week is 999. And then the same week as we come off of break is episode 1000. So we actually will be getting, well, technically the episodes themselves release at 12 a.m. in the middle of the morning. So technically, yeah, Ogata-san, you are right. We will be getting a chapter after episode 1000 actually airs. Interesting, very interesting. But this was a good chapter. I enjoyed it. It just left me with a lot more questions than answers, and I am massively, massively concerned about Sanji. When people who have held Sanji to this gentleman standard, when they read this chapter, and it heavily insinuates that Sanji did the very thing that basically paints him as a gentleman, aside from his need to always look at naked ladies and whatnot, I wouldn't be surprised if it changes, some people are going to be in denial, like I am. I'm in denial that Sanji actually hit a woman. But some people may just run with it, and it may change their whole perspective on how they viewed Sanji after all this time. This might be a chapter that changes people's views on Sanji. I know I may seem preemptive when I'm saying this, but this might be that chapter, just because of those few panels. And because that's what's been going on with him overall. So I wouldn't be surprised if I just see complaints about people saying, cancel Sanji, he hit a woman. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing that. But I'm going to go ahead and bring it to a close right here, because I got to get started on the next My Hero Academia chapter. Let me just bring up that page and make sure that chapter is up right now. It is chapter 332, and we're not going on break with My Hero, it would appear from this list. So you're only getting My Hero Academia and an episode of One Piece next week. Overall, I like this chapter. I really did, but it's just got me thinking about Sanji, and I'm actually quite concerned for him. And I'm actually quite concerned with everyone else, Big Mom has let Rita Repulsa just make my monster grow. And CP0 is coming after Robin. And then we got Sanji, not only insinuating that he hit a woman, but he also just flat out destroyed his raid suit. He just destroyed his raid suit. So anyone who was thinking that Sanji was going to be taking it in the future, and remember when Sanji said that he was going to have Franky redesign it so that it didn't have anything to do with Germa? Apparently we're not going to be doing that no more because he just destroyed the whole thing. So much for Franky redesigning the suit like he wanted. So that's happened. But this stream has already hit an hour, so I really got to go ahead and end it here so that way I can get myself something to drink and let the family know that I'm kind of hungry and I hope they bring me something home to eat as well. So, overall, One Piece has become quite the story. It really has. For this to be the first chapter we get in November, and you got me thinking things already? Stop. Stop it, Ron. Stop. I'm sorry, I was just thinking about Wingardium Leviosa because I did that during my last voice live stream. But overall, this is a good chapter, but it just makes me think of more things. I'm sorry, but hope y'all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then consider subscribing because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later peoples, on to My Hero Academia!